Namaste children. Welcome to English class, and today we are going to start with Flamingo. Whenever my class comes, you have to have your textbook with you. I know today, I don't know, I think you are confused which class I will be taking first. Today I am taking a poem, and that poem I have displayed on the board, but next time I want you to take the book. Of course, you will have the caption down which book we are going to take, which class, which lesson we are going to take. So when that thing is shown, just take your textbook and be ready with it, because without textbook we cannot learn English. Fine. So today I am going to teach you. We cannot have a conversation now, so you have to just listen to me. I know it's boring. So poem's name is My Mother at 66. Poet is Kamala Das, and especially the students from Kerala will be very happy to know that this poet belongs to Kerala. Now, as soon as you get to know that the poet belongs to my state, there is a attachment, emotional attachment. So this poet, Kamala Das, she was born on 31st March 1934 and she died on 31st May 2009. She was born in Malabar in Kerala, and whichever works, actually she wrote poems, she wrote novels, she wrote stories. Her first book which became more famous, was My Story. That is her autobiography, and she wrote in Malayalam. She used to write in Malayalam and she used to write in English also. But she never used her name as Kamala Das. She used a pen name Madhavi Kuti. Okay, so let's see about this. And one more thing about like you can go through the textbook. There is a description given in the textbook about her. She is a versatile poet. She is an iconoclast. Of course, this word is not used. You have to search in the dictionary. Iconoclast. Iconoclast. She is marked as iconoclast. She is a very skillful writer. This particular poem, it portrays the strong emotional relationship of human beings. And very effectively, she has described about the loss, and also about a strong emotion, that is love, at the same time about inevitability, truth, that is death. So you have to just glance at the book or board, take a pencil in your hand. I am going to describe certain things, or you can say when I am describing, just note it down. And you can see I have underlined few phrases. They are the figures of speech. Beautiful figures of speech she has used over here. I will not tell you now. I have underlined those figures of speech. You have to just guess which figures of speech they are. Okay. So let's begin with. Driving from my mother's home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. If you see this first stanza, we cannot say stanza, or of course it is given in the textbook as it is. We have commas. The first stanza is not caused by a full stop. Again I repeat, driving from my mother's home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. This particular stanza is, you can say it's a metaphor which speaks about journey of life. Our journey starts when we enter into the world. As a child, yes, the journey starts, and it ends when we are no more, when we die. Okay, so here driving, okay, since my childhood, I was with my parents. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. It can be like, yes, till then I have spent my life with my parents, or especially girls. When girls get married, their life as a child, their life as a daughter, we cannot say it ends, but there is a change in their relationship, because then she becomes a wife, she becomes a mother. So till then, as a daughter, when I was a daughter, I was with my mother, and that relation you all know, whether you are a son or daughter, your relation with your parents, you know how attached you are. Okay, so this tells about the journey of life. So maybe as a child, I have never realized about my mother's feelings, about my mother's attachment. When I am going far away from her, what happens? We realize, yeah, that I am going to miss my mother. So here I saw my mother. She's saying my mother. My mother, my is a possessive pronoun. I saw my mother beside me. Of course, they both, maybe mother is going along with her to see off to the airport because Cochin. Maybe of course she's staying in a village. From village area they have to travel to the airport, and from airport she's going to board the plane, and then she's going to go to her place. Okay. So, I saw my mother beside me. They both were sitting together. What was mother doing? Doze. What do you know doze? Mother was sleeping. Okay. Open mouth. Now you have seen grandparents. Of course your mother won't sleep like this. Or mother will not sleep like this because we are conscious. You are conscious, your parents are conscious, but very, very old people, they are not conscious. When they are tired, they sleep. And when they sleep, they don't take care of the etiquettes. Whether someone is watching me, whether someone is will laugh at me. Once they sleep, they doze off. We say ghode bech ke sona, right? So here, doze, mother is sleeping, open mouth. Her mouth is kept open. And when she sees that, when Kamala Das sees that, her face ashamed like that of a corpse. She remembers a dead body. Her face, whose face? Mother's face. Ashamed is what? Completely like ash. There is no glow on the face. If you see your mother's face, if you see your face, afterwards, you can go and see afterwards. There is a glow on your face. But if you see old people, there are wrinkles. And there is dryness. So her mother's face is ashamed like that of a corpse, like a dead body. Many times it happens when you see, it happened with me also. Very, very old people at home, if they are sleeping, sometimes when they are so much deep in sleep that we get scared whether they are there, alive or gone. And slowly, you might have seen your parents going. They go and just check whether they are breathing or not. So here itself what she saw, her mother, doze, open mouth, her face ashamed like that of a corpse. Which figure of speech is used over here? Simile. Very good. Why? Because her face is compared to what? Like ash. Her face is compared to like ash, or you can say like a dead body. Okay. And realized with pain. What she realized? Of course, one small pain each one of us we have in our heart. Of what? Of losing our dear ones, our near ones. So realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. If you remember your last year's Kushwan Singh's portrait of a lady, before going to foreign for the further studies, he says, I saw my grandmother. I was having a doubt whether I'll be able to see her after 5 years. And when he comes back after 5 years, he has used her particular sentence. She was as old as she was before 20 years. So that pain is one of actually seeing your parents growing old. If you see a silver stripe on the hair, or you can say stripe on the head of your parent, you feel, my parents are growing old. You feel really pain because you want to see your parents as you have seen them since your childhood. You want them to be young, you want them to be energetic, but no, that is not the fact. That is what she is speaking over here. That is not the fact, because one day or the other, we all are going to grow old. We all are going to leave our dear ones and near ones. And that pain, realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. Of course, we don't want sad things to happen in our life. If you are happy, you want that moment to be everlasting. We don't want sadness, we don't want sorrow. So when she realized that her mother looked like, when she was sleeping, that open mouth face looked like a dead body, she wanted to just distract herself. She wanted to distract herself and look out of the window. So what she did? Looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting. Of course, when you look outside, what do you see? You don't see same scene what is there inside. Inside, it is completely dullness. It is torpidity, torpid situation. Torpid is what? Lifeless situation. Inside the car. Okay. Outside what she sees? She sees young trees sprinting. Sprinting is what? Now here which figure of speech they have used? Here trees are personified as human beings. As if trees are having a race. Okay. The merry children spilling. Merry means what? Happy. Happy children spilling. Spilling means what? As if they are spreading out. Spilling is what we say, I spill mustard seeds. So children are spilling out of their homes, but I hope this much is clear. Like Tree sprinting. Now actually as a child, now when you are at home you are fine, you have seen your own world and all fine. Once you start traveling for the first time, travel in a car, what do you see? You are sitting, you are in a motion, a state which is stagnant. But outside when you look, you see trees are running. And you are very much excited. Now if you look out, you are not much excited because it was for the first time when you see, you look out, you see, array, trees are running backwards. You see houses are running backwards. So you are much excited. You tell your parents, see mother, what is happening? Trees are running backwards, house is running backwards. So here, of course, she is telling trees, young trees. And here if you see, mother is old. She was as old as she looked. Exactly contrast, young. The life outside the car is what you can say, fully energetic, fully young. Because even here you have merry children. Inside the car, as if the life is about to stop. Outside the car, what she sees? She sees life full of energy. Okay? So the merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport's security check, of course, you all know all formalities, the process what they do. Once you go to the airport, all checking is done. Once she is far away from her mother, standing a few yards away. When the distance again goes long. When she is standing far away, when again she looks back at her mother. Let's see what feeling she gets. I looked again at her. What is that? Standing a few yards away, I looked again at her. As we discussed before, what happened? She was, of course, after security check, she was waiting for the plane, and of course mother won't go away till her daughter leaves the airport, till the flight takes off. So I looked again at her, wan, or we say vain, pale. How was her face? What she saw again on the face? The face was the same. The face was the same one. Pale. You can say gloom. It was gloomy, gloom, no glow on the face, and that face is compared to as a late winter's moon. Which figure of speech is used over here? Simile. Why? Because her face is compared to late winter's moon. Now, late winter's moon, if you see, our life is compared to seasons. If you see childhood is compared to spring. Adulthood is compared to summer. And old age is compared to winter. If you see, winter in the sense, mother is at the last stage of life cycle. She is old. Her face is compared to late winter's moon. If you see, in winter, moon is not bright. Moon is dull. Why? Because you have all the fields, all the fog around. So moonlight won't reach the light light won't reach the earth. So moon also is actually not that bright. It is pale. So her face is compared to late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache. What is an old familiar ache? My childhood's fear. You just recall back, you were very, very small, born at the age of 3.5 years, 4 years, you were admitted to nursery class. And what happened? Till then you were with your parents, you were with your grandparents, and as soon as your father or your mother is holding your hand and they are taking you to the school, such a big building or big gate, you remember, you can just recall the moments when you went to nursery school, your hand was handed to a lady who is completely unknown. What was the feeling that time in your heart? My childhood's fear. The fear started then itself. Why? Because we are scared. Okay, my mother is leaving me in this particular building to this particular lady. What if she doesn't come back? Because mother is promising. When mother is crying, you are crying. Oh baby, I will come. Okay, don't worry. Mother sits near the window. Why? Because you are getting assurance mother is there. Mother sits near the window, and slowly after a few days, this goes on till for 3 months. Am I right? This goes on for 3 months. Every day, mother or father, they are dropping you at school. You are crying. Of course, they will stop crying. After tears won't come in their eyes. But you still continue. Why? Because one fear is there. What if my parents leave me here? What if they don't come back to take me? That fear is there. We have it when we were small kids. As you grow big, of course, we are still attached to our parents. We don't want, even one day, suppose imagine, one day you went back home from school and you have not seen your mother at home. What happens? You go crazy. Oh, where's mom? And you go on asking your dad, you go on asking your, where is mom? Mama kidhar hai? Mama, oh, where is mom? You go on asking everyone. Why? Because you are so much attached. Though you are, you know, by the time you are grown up, but still you are attached to your parents. And then in this stage of adolescence, what happens? You are no more attached. Of course you are attached, but you are more attached to your friends. You want to be like them. You want them to accept you in your group. And that time one gap takes place. But still, that assurance is there. When I go back home, my parents are there. But when parents are growing old, what happens? Same fear, again it comes back. It is the fear of losing our dear ones. It is the fear of losing our near ones. Now my parents, they are growing old and one day they are going to leave me. That fear, that is my childhood's fear. But all I said was, even again she is trying again to distract herself. Why? Because she doesn't want that, that tension to be seen on her face. Because it's time for a farewell. Mother is standing far away. She also is emotional. Why? Maybe the face look more pale. Why? Because your mother is feeling sad. My daughter is leaving me and going me now. When she will come, I don't know. Even mother has a fear whether I'll be able to see my daughter again or I don't know. So mother is sad, daughter is sad, mother is old, daughter is young, but still daughter doesn't want to show that emotion that she is tensed on her face. So what she does? But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. What she said? Amma, if you see, Amma is a word used for mother. No, in India, different states use different words for mother. In Maharashtra we say Ai, then we say, in Hindi we say Ma, in Gujarati we say Ma. In this way, in Kerala people say Amma, in Karnataka people say Amma. And one more thing I forgot to tell you, Amma, Balamani, mother of Kamala Das, she also was a poet. She wrote in Malayalam, and maybe because of her mother she was inspired to write poems. Of course her husband, Kamala Das' husband, Madhav Das, he also inspired her, better you start writing. And at a very young age, at the age of 15, just imagine, she got separated from her mother at the age of 15 because she got married at the age of 15 and later on she stayed along with her husband far away from her parents. So as I told, till that time we go on smoothly, but as we realize we are going to lose something now, we become more emotional. So what is that? But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. What is the figure of speech used over here? Repetition. Repetition, why? To emphasize the emotion. Here it is a smile. Why is she smiling? Because she wants to show to her mother, I am fine. You be fine, I am fine. Second smile, maybe she wants to confirm her to herself. Doesn't matter. It's a hope, you can say. A hope that, yes, when I come back again next time, I'll be able to see my mother. A smile. And the third smile, normal smile. Okay, bye-bye. See you in that way. So here you see, the line is not paused, a line is not stopped, it is continuing. So after smile, you have dot, 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 which shows that it is still the continuation. And if you see the entire poem, you can just have a glance in your book. The entire poem is not having a single dot. A full stop is not there. Why? Because it is a flow of emotion. Once your emotion starts, there is no stop. Example, as I told you, once you came from the school, you saw your mother, different thoughts came in your mind, where she went, because there is no one in the house. You get confused exactly where mother went. Or forget about mother, your thought, let's take mother's thought. Normally you come back home by 5:30 and one day you are late by say 15 minutes, you reached home by 5:45. From 5:30 to 5:45, a chain of emotion, a chain of thoughts starts in your mother's mind. And that is, we cannot have a pause. That is what? The poem is just a flow of emotions. What emotions? Emotions she is scared of, emotions she is, yes, even she also is aging. Maybe, okay, one day I am also going to lose my kids. Or they are going to lose me. The same way, I am going to lose my mother. That feelings are there. So emotions, we cannot have a long pause. So that's why she has used commas everywhere. You can just have a look at the poem. From starting till end, it goes on. It's a free flow of emotions. And in the last also, there is no pause, there is no full stop. It is continuation. So I hope the poem is very, very clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. So you have heard about figure, we have discussed about figures of speech. Simile is used, metaphor is used, personification is used, and repetition also is used. It's a beautiful poem which expresses her skill. Her skill is what? To express human emotions. And here it is nothing is fake. As it is, like she is, you can say, very, very normal, very, very natural, very, very original. And if possible, go through her other writings also. Her stories are there. You can just go through only if you have time. Okay. So let's meet in the next class. Till then, namaste. Don't forget this. Namaste.